Hey everyone, and welcome to the video. This is Quotes with Chris, and here I'm going to do 4 things. Number 1 is that I'm going to present to you a quote. Number 2 is that I'm going to break down the quote. I want to see what this quote really is all about. Number 3 is that I'm going to provide some key takeaways that will apply in your life, that will apply in my life. And then number 4 is that I'm going to challenge you. Yes, I'm going to challenge you to live out this quote after I've broken it down and provided some key takeaways so that we can ultimately be the best version of ourselves. This quote is from Jack London, and he said, "Life is not always a matter of holding good cards, but sometimes playing a poor hand well." When I think of this quote, I think the game of poker. And in poker, a dealer hands out cards to every single player. Based on the cards that each player has, you have to play your hand against everyone else to ultimately win. I also want to associate that, for the sake of this quote, as the game of life. You're not going to be able to control which cards are being dealt, and you're also not going to be able to control the cards that are on the river to play. What you have to think about is some of the key characteristics of the game of poker. In the game of poker, as we've associated as the game of life, one of the characteristics about the game of poker is that you either win some and you lose some. Another characteristic of the game of poker is that you can't control the outcome. I can't control how this person's going to play or what they're going to do. All I can control is myself, but more importantly than that, you can influence the game. And that's something that's very important in this quote, is that you may not control the outcome, but you can influence the game. In each round of the game of poker, it's a new start. So at the end of the round, all the cards are going to get collected, and then a new round will begin. So the characteristic that I'm trying to point out is that there's always going to be a new opportunity. And I think that in life, there will always be more and more opportunities. Maybe not opportunities that you like, but there will always be opportunities that are present. Another thing I want to associate based off this quote are the cards themselves. You may not be able to control the cards that you get, but you certainly can't control what you do with your hand. I think of family, friends, relationships, gifts, your talents, money, time. These are things that you can control to ultimately influence the game. Some of the key takeaways I want to point out here: what defines a good poker player is not necessarily the cards in your hand, but how you play your cards. And if anyone has ever seen people play poker, you'll notice that not everybody gets a perfect hand every single round. Actually, you'll realize that some hands are actually really poor, but the best players are the ones who know how to play them. And that's what this whole quote is about, is being able to play a poor hand well. Another key takeaway that I want to provide to you is knowing when to play and knowing when to fold. If you know the game of poker, there are times where you'll realize, hey, this isn't a good chance for me, this isn't a good opportunity for me, so I'm just going to fold and not play this hand. That's a pretty fair thing to say about life as well. We'll see ourselves in situations and we're like, you know what, this isn't something I'm willing to play in or be a part of, so I'll fold. But another thing is knowing when to play. If I've already associated for you guys that not every hand is going to be perfect, then you'll realize that there are certain times where, you know what, this is what I have, I'm going to play the best that I can, and I'm going to play. And that's what also is going to help you define whether or not you're a good player, is knowing when to play. Now, I will caution you, I'm not saying fold every single time you don't get a good hand, because if you do that, my friends, you're not going to really play that much at all. And when you relate this to the whole grand scheme of life itself, if you always take yourself out of the game and you're not willing to play, then you're really not seizing opportunities, and you're not really able to capitalize on anything because you're taking yourself out of the game. So by knowing when to play based on the hand that you have and believing in yourself, you will certainly be able to influence the game and ultimately win. My last key takeaway is that you have to be in it to win it. If you don't play, you're never going to win. And if you don't believe in your ability, you don't believe in what it is that you're doing, how do you expect any good result to ever happen to you? It sucks if you were to just expect good things to happen, but you're not willing to put yourself out there. You're not willing to play. You're not willing to invest in yourself. And that is so important, my friends. So again, as you look at these key takeaways, it's how you play rather than the cards that you're dealt. You have to know when to play, and I'm encouraging you guys to play. Don't pull yourself out of the game because you realize, oh, my situation isn't good. No, be able to play and play it well by knowing what you have in your control, which is your relationships, your family, your friend, your networks, your gifts, talents, money. These are the things that you can control to ultimately influence the game. And the last thing is you have to be in it, guys. You have to be in it to win it. So believe in yourself. A lot of times in my life, I'll realize and I'll know that my situation is always good. I may not know the most people. I may not have the most money. I may not have everything going for me, but what I do know is that I have potential. And if I know how to use the pieces in my life very well, I can certainly win in this round in the game of life, no matter what your cards look like. And some of you that are listening or watching this, you'll realize, you know what, I may not have grown up in a wealthy family. I may not have been afforded these opportunities. I don't know the right people. That's okay, because if you look at a lot of famous and successful people, you realize that a lot of them didn't have it going for them as well. They were able to do it because they were able to capitalize on poor hands and play them well. My challenge to you is very simple. Assess your life. Think of your life right now as if in respect to a hand, the cards that you're dealt with. And I know you can't control the cards that are given to you, but you can control how you use them and how you play. So look at your life right now. Assess your life in respect to this hand. And then I want you to play. Don't fold. Play and play them well. And if you're saying, Chris, how do I do that? I don't really know how to do this. Then I really want you to educate yourself. Ask people that you trust. Look at the resources available to you and learn to employ the things in your hand very well so that you can ultimately win. So play them well, my friends. Play them well and be in it to win it, because without that, you ain't going anywhere. Remember that you are the player, and this game that you're playing is your life. And as long as you're in it to win it, then my friends, I promise you that will change your life forever. I really just want to help you become the best version of yourselves. Number 2 is I want to elevate the quality of your life. And then number 3, I want you to empower others based on our discussions today. Well, if you like this video, you like the content, you like what it is I'm sharing, then hit the like button down below and comment. Let me know what you guys think. I really do want to have that kind of dialogue with you guys. Also, if you don't like the video, dislike it, hit the thumbs down, let me know down below. But in either case, I'm on a mission to help you be the best version of yourselves. Well, hopefully you guys found this very helpful, positive, and hope I could be a blessing for you today. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.